I want to share with you something very quickly before I show you something very fun. I was very young when one of my friends said, I'm going to show you a big brother moment. And he took me to a strip club. And I went there not knowing. I thought I was going to a gaming arcade. I went there, and what happened was, apparently he was friends with one of the strippers. She jumped off stage, and she said, you are Raghava. Oh, I have this amazing daughter. You should meet her, and you should teach her cartooning. I don't know about you guys, but I had a bit of a moral dilemma. And for me, I didn't know strippers can be carrying moms. That's when my little bubble burst. So I call my talk Pop It, because I think we need to pop our bubbles and keep reinventing them. So I want to talk to you a little bit about my journey as an artist very quickly, so I can contextualize what I'm doing here. I began my career as a cartoonist, and I started painting after that because I wanted to go beyond the line into painting. So I decided to reinvent myself several times, and I started painting. I never knew how to paint because it's very, very complicated, and the brushes always misbehave. So I decided to use my hands and feet and make these large paintings. And I also wanted my paintings to dance because I love dancing. But for me, the only way I could make my paintings dance is if I painted on people and made them dance. Who said that a painter should paint on a canvas? Who said that a canvas should be flat? So for me, I started painting on people and performing. For me, perhaps the best performance was my wedding with Netra. I can't say that was my art installation because it was ours. And for us, everything we do is art. I believe that the way I live my life is art. I have to keep reinventing myself and popping the bubbles. For me, my learning is about unlearning. Of course, the biggest unlearning happens when you have children. I have these two little cute children who have snuck into ink. And I always think about what kind of bubble am I going to put them in? Do I want them to be an artist like me? Do I want them not to be and become an investment banker? What do I want them to do? Oops, my bad. Talking about children, my children love technology. You know, I was gifted an iPad for a speaking engagement, and I was so excited. I went home, and it's been hijacked by my son. And he loves technology. Here he is playing with all my gadgets. And so, I'm about to introduce to you my favorite art project. It's an iPad app. It looks like a children's book, but it's an interactive art toy. It's a toy because I love to play. And I'm going to show you why I think it's play. One of the fun things about this is it's interactive. You can turn on the wheel. You can rub the belly. You can play with the toilet paper. Can we have the volume up on this? You can make him do a poopy. You can again rub his tummy. You can flush. You can make the creature walk. And I don't use words because I want this. You can record your own version of it by personalizing it. My version I'm not showing you. It's a little crazy. But you can play with the hands. And you can take the pen and draw on the wall. You can turn on the shower and see the fishies. You can fold the chair. You can do all these fun things, but what I'm about to show you is a real, most important feature. If you notice, it's two guys bringing up a child, essentially a homosexual couple. If you're opposed to the idea, simply shake. And you have a lesbian couple. Oops. And she's whooping. And if you don't like that, shake again, and you have a heterosexual couple. Thank you. The idea is that you don't need, irrespective of the sexuality of the parents, the relationship between parent and child is the same. And if you notice, ironically, I have little bubbles that you can burst, like your ideas of the little bubbles that you grew up in. And there's one bubble here with the fishy. Touch that, and the fish turns into a butterfly and flies away. Who said a fish can't fly? Anyway, I'm going to show you another page. Can we have the music on this? The sexuality of the parents change every time you shake it. And here, little peep. See, kids love naughty things like that. I don't know about you guys. You have to think twice before introducing your children to me. Anyway, so you see, the sexuality keeps changing. And you know what? Children lose themselves in technology, and that's sometimes a bit of a problem. So I keep talking to my son, and he's like just obsessed with the iPad. So I had this idea. I thought, how can you bring them back into the real world? So I'm going to show you a little experiment. I'm going to go back to the front page. Oh, here you go. What it's doing essentially is it's connecting to the IP address of this hall, detecting where we are, geolocating this. And it says we are in Mumbai and it's smoky, and the iPad starts smoking up. If it was snowing outside, it snows inside. If it's raining outside, it rains inside. It connects the child back with the environment that we place the child in. And this is, I believe, only a small seed in a revolution I want to create. A revolution where you tell children that there are many lives, many realities, and many bubbles. You know, the next app is a little naughty. I want to do one where you teach India's independence. Every time you shake it, you get Pakistan's perspective. Shake it again, Bangladesh's perspective. The idea is, imagine we are taught history like that. And the ultimate goal is to make this open source and make everyone plug in their propaganda, their biases. Because I can't promise my child a life without an education without bias, but I can promise him multiple perspectives that I can introduce him to. Thank you very much.